Treaty of Amity. In 1955, the United States and Iran negotiated and signed the Treaty of Amity in Tehran during a period of close alliance between the two nations. The American delegation operated under President Dwight Eisenhower and was led by U.S. Ambassador Selden Chapin. Iran's delegation represented the government of Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi and was led by Foreign Minister Ali Amini. The agreement aims to promote peaceful relations, protect citizens and businesses, and expand economic and diplomatic cooperation between the two countries. Algiers Accords. In 1981, negotiations to resolve the hostage crisis took place in Algiers, Algeria, which served as mediator between the United States and Iran. The U.S. delegation was led by Deputy Secretary of State Warren Christopher under President Jimmy Carter. Iran's delegation was led by Deputy Prime Minister Behzad Nabavi, representing the revolutionary government. The agreement secured the release of 52 American hostages after 444 days, required the United States to unfreeze Iranian assets, and established the Iran-U.S. Claims Tribunal to resolve financial disputes. Bonn Talks. In 2001, U.S. and Iranian representatives met during international negotiations in Bonn, Germany following the fall of the Taliban in Afghanistan. The American delegation was led by Ambassador James Dobbins under President George Bush. Iran's delegation was led by senior diplomat Mohammad Javad Zarif. During the talks, Iran cooperated with the United States to support the formation of a stable Afghan government, marking a rare moment of cooperation between the two countries. Joint Plan of Action. In 2013, negotiations in Geneva, Switzerland produced the Joint Plan of Action between Iran and the P5+1 powers, including the United States. The U.S. delegation was led by Secretary of State John Kerry, while Iran's delegation was led by Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif under President Hassan Rouhani. Iran agreed to halt certain nuclear activities and allow expanded inspections, while the United States and its partners provided limited sanctions relief as a temporary confidence-building measure. Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. In 2015, after nearly 2 years of negotiations, the final nuclear agreement was reached in Vienna, Austria. The U.S. delegation was led by Secretary of State John Kerry, supported by Energy Secretary Ernest Moniz and a team of nuclear experts. Iran's delegation was led by Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif, alongside Atomic Energy Chief Ali Akbar Salehi. Under the JCPOA, Iran accepted strict limits on its nuclear program and international inspections, while the United States and its partners lifted major economic sanctions. Oman Back-channel talks. Between 2022 and 2023, indirect negotiations were held through mediation in Muscat, Oman. The U.S. side was led by Special Envoy for Iran Robert Malley under President Joe Biden. Iran's delegation operated under the direction of Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdulhanian and the Supreme National Security Council. These quiet discussions focused on nuclear restraint, prisoner exchanges, and reducing regional tensions while keeping diplomatic communication open. Oman-Rome nuclear negotiations. In 2025, indirect nuclear negotiations resumed in Muscat, Oman, with additional meetings held in Rome, Italy. The American delegation was led by Special Envoy Steve Witkoff. Iran's delegation was led by Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. The talks focused on possible limits to Iran's nuclear program, sanctions relief, and technical frameworks for a potential new agreement, with Oman serving as the intermediary. Geneva-Muscat negotiations. In 2026, further negotiation rounds took place in Geneva, Switzerland, and Muscat, Oman. The U.S. delegation continued to be led by Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, while Iran's delegation remained under Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. Discussions addressed uranium enrichment levels, international monitoring, and economic sanctions. Although no comprehensive agreement had been reached, the negotiations reflected ongoing diplomatic efforts to manage tensions and prevent escalation.